Okay, so let's start the class. Most of the students has joined now. As you all remember, we started with physical and chemical changes, right? So we were learning about most of the 7th and 8th class concepts. So here we were on the physical and chemical changes. In that we have talked about what are changes, right? So just have a quick recap of what we have covered till now. So in this we have covered that what is changes. After changes, I additionally told you that changes can be occur on the different types. Like change depends upon speed. So slow change or fast change. Change depends upon periodicity. So periodic change and non-periodic change, reversible change, irreversible change. So all these things we have covered before covering the physical changes and chemical changes. Then we started with the physical changes, right, everyone? So I told you the definition of physical change. Then what are the characteristics of physical change, in which we have covered the four characteristics of physical change. What were the characteristics of physical change? That no new product is formed. When change is occurring, new product is not forming, composition is not changing, and mostly the physical changes are reversible and temporary, and there will be all over change in energy is zero. All over change in energy is zero. Right? Then we have talk about this D point. What was the next point? Then this D point, there is no change in weight. I told you there will be no change in weight in physical changes. So weight will remain same in physical changes. Then there were some example of physical changes. After that, we have seen a daily life example. Real life example we have seen through these observations. There were 4 to 5 observations we have seen here, where connected with real life examples and sees the physical changes. Seen the physical changes, then we have covered about the chemical changes. I told you chemical changes, what happens, whatever the initially is taken, after combined with particular conditions, they will give you the product whose composition is different, whose properties are different, than the parent organism. That means new product is formed. That means new product is formed. And if new product is formed, you will definitely call it as a chemical change. You will definitely call it as a chemical change. And here are some of the definitions we have already covered. Right? Then we have done the worksheet. Then we have already done the worksheet, and then here we were on the characteristics of changes. Characteristics of chemical changes also we have covered. I told you what was the characteristics of chemical changes. Chemical change result in the formation of one or more new products. So basically new products are formed, and it is not mandated only one new product will be formed. More than one new product are possible. Next, the weight of substance undergoing chemical change usually changes. I told you that when one or more products, suppose a single substance is giving you two products. If you remember properly, I properly explained the example of burning of sugar. So burning of sugar will give you what carbon plus H2. Burning of sugar will give you carbon plus H2O. So whatever the sugar amount you have taken, some got as a carbon, some got as a H2O. So if you individually look at carbon, its amount will be lesser than whatever the sugar amount you have taken. So basically the weight of substance undergoing chemical change usually changes. The third example, the chemical change is permanent and irreversible. Again, it is 80 to 90% applicable. That most of the chemical changes are permanent. So first the chemical change has occurred, it is very difficult to reverse back the chemical change. So 90% of that is 80% of the chemical changes are irreversible. 80% of the chemical changes are irreversible. During chemical change, energy is either absorbed or given out. Now, if you remember, I told you that any chemical change to occur, it is mandatory to provide any sort of energy. It can be in the form of heat, it can be in the form of electricity, anything, like you have to provide energy. So there is a gain or loss of energy during any chemical change. So that if you consider exothermic changes, endothermic changes, so all these things comes from here only. Right? Then we are having the chemical changes which observed in day-to-day life. Again, real life examples in terms of chemical changes. Real life example in terms of chemical changes, I thoroughly explained the topic burning of magnesium in air. So you simply have to take magnesium ribbon. Magnesium ribbon you just have to place on Bunsen burner. Right? So when magnesium ribbon automatically grabs the oxygen molecule from the atmosphere, you don't need to give it. So magnesium plus atmospheric oxygen will give you MgO. So basically new product with new composition was formed. When it was formed, it was giving a bright light. So energy was given out. ठीक है, so energy even are taken or given out in the form of one or different form. Next we are having the rusting of iron. So rusting of iron is itself entire topic, but I told you when iron first layer, only the first layer come in contact with oxygen, atmospheric oxygen plus atmospheric water, like moist oxygen, so it convert itself into iron oxide. It converted to iron oxide, that is rust. Next, we are having the cooking of LPG. I told you what is LPG, cooking gas. LPG is always there in the cylinder. So what is LPG? LPG is most of the butane. Not 100% butane, but yes, most of the butane. So LPG is most of the butane, right? I told you the butane formula as well. What was the butane formula? C4H10. What was the butane formula? C4H10. When the C4H10 start burning, it automatically again grabs the oxygen from the atmosphere. It converts into CO2 plus H2. It converts into CO2 plus H2. So you can see new products are formed. Carbon dioxide and water. New products are formed, that is carbon dioxide and water. Okay, so this much we have covered till now, and I already told you some examples here. What is the example? Burning of candle is the example. Digestion of food, cuddling of milk, and drying of paint, resting of oil. These things I think you have already gone through. This material is provided. So this is the theoretical part we have covered till now. After this, we are having a worksheet, and in worksheet we have already done with the first question, and second question also we have done. If you remember right, so we have started with the third question. So let's start with the worksheet today. Let's see how much you remember till now. Let's see how much you remember till now. Right, everyone? So this was a quick recap of what we have covered till now. Mokshita. Good morning, Sanvi. Good morning. Tanushree, ma'am, will that get LPG blast? Will that get LPG blast? I didn't understood the doubt. What does it mean? Shreyas, good morning. So hard. I know the topic, but too fast and too many things to remember. No, Karthik, all these things, what I have taken up today, this we have taken more than 10 days to cover. So it was not that hard, and we kept up going very, very, very slowly while covering this. So it is not that difficult as well. Okay? Ma'am, A is the answer. Okay, Javan Sai. Siddharth A. Ma'am, is summer camp optional? Is this doubt related to the question? Is it doubt related to the class? No. Don't ask the irrelevant doubts. Answer A. Tejas. Gautam. Good morning, ma'am. I apologize for joining late, no problem. Some saying option C, option A, option A. Vindhya, good morning. Ram, maybe you learn. Venkat A, Varshit A, Ujjwal A, Kaushika A. So most of the students are saying option A. Samanvi, I'm good. How are you? Lakshmi, Trimala Sai, Dheeraj. I can see your messages. Please don't send the same answer again and again because there are so many students in the class and everyone is sending the answers. So if you send the same message so many times, I am unable to see others' answers. So only one time you send your answer, I'll check your answer. Okay? You don't worry, I'm checking each and everyone's answer. But obviously, I can see everyone's name because there are more than 300 students in class. So it is not possible that I can take everyone's name, right? But I can see your messages. So don't send a single messages so many times, 20 times, 80 times, 90 times even also you are sending a same message. Ma'am, there is also the subject reasoning and aptitude. Is there any teacher to teach or do we have to go through it our own? In school basically right now, so it is rich course. In rich course, we have the science and maths, right? But in the schools, there all these things are already available. So in the schools, everything goes properly. So twice, so why you have to type so many times? Okay. So Kartika Charan, as I can see, some answers are A, some answers are B. Anandita, why I need to laugh? What is there in chemistry that I need to laugh? Ma'am, can you please give example where chemical change is reversible? Yes, there is an example where chemical changes are reversible. Otherwise, what will happen? Whatever the temperature or pressure we are providing to do a chemical change, we can reverse them back. But sometimes, like H2 plus O2 at very high temperature and very high pressure can convert into H2. H2 plus O2 at very high temperature and pressure can convert into H2O. And then if you want to again H2O you want to convert into H2 and O2, it is possible but through the electrolysis process. There is one process known as electrolysis where you can reverse H2O and convert it into H2 and O2. Right? So there is an entire chapter for reversible reaction known as equilibrium. So when you go to the 11th class, there is one chapter in chemistry equilibrium where you will talk about the reversible chemical reactions. Okay. So yes, so once I can see your message. Which of the following is not a clue that could indicate the occurrence of a chemical change? Change in shape. So I told you change in shape is what? Change in shape can be happen in physical changes as well. Right? Change in shape. But like look-wise change is not a chemical change. Look-wise change is not a chemical change. Which of the following is not a clue? Not a clue of a chemical change. So if shape is changing, that is not a clue that chemical change is occurring or not because shape change can also occur in physical change. So I hope maybe answer is option A, but hope option A change in composition. Change in composition means if the if the molecule or compound changing its ratio, changing its atoms ratio, changing the atoms in itself, right? H2 plus O2 giving H2O. So H2O is entire composition where it is having two hydrogen and two oxygen. So I told you, I always tell you that what composition changing means chemical change. Composition changing means chemical change. So B is definitely not answer because if someone will tell you composition change, you know definitely it is a chemical change. And option is saying not up to. Like someone tell you this is changing, you didn't know that it will change. Okay, so this is a question. Evolution of gas. Evolution of gas is mostly a chemical change. Chemical change, how the chemical changes shows is present by the evolution of chemical change. So evolution of gas is one of the characteristics of chemical change. Change in energy, obviously I told you that energy gain or loss help in chemical changes only. Other changes, there is no net gain or loss of energy, right? So so answer will be option A, but let's see is our answer is correct or not. Yes. So 90% of you gave the answer A, and that is the correct answer. I am very proud that you still remember each and everything. So behalf of from I think from 3 4 days started. Uh, Done, right? Chemistry class haven't occurred in like from last 3 4 days. Still, you are things. Very nice, very good. The shipping industry has to bear huge monetary losses due to rusting of ships. Okay, so there are huge loss which is faced by the shipping industry because ships mostly, which are the ships like with a huge time span, they got rust. They got rust. What are the causes leads to rusting? So what are the main causes which is leading to rusting? The body of the ship is always in contact with water. The air around is very humid. The salt and water speed up the process of rusting. All of these. So what do you think the answer is? What do you think? Option D. Some option D, option C, option D, option D, A, D, option D. Nihal, I saw your message. Don't send it again and again. See, Suhas, option D, Kartika, option D. Okay, option D, option D, option D, option D, option D. Tanav. Okay. Shri Parda, option D. Option D, Akriti, Ishwar Sai, option D. Ritik, option D. Anirudh, K. Ujjwal, option D. So most of you are saying it is option D. Most of you are saying it is option D. Shreya Kothari, I'm good. How are you? Option D. Okay. Vedansh. Okay. Option D. Okay. So let's start this thing. Let's say obviously this answer is correct. The body of the ship is always in water, right? So because when it is happening in humid air. Second is the very most example. Second is a very easy one. The humid air, where the ships are near the shores and oceans, right? So all that place is having a heavily water inside the like ocean side. So water vapors will occur. Water vapors will occur so that air is also humid around the any body air is always so humid. So obviously moist air is a most of the leading factor of rusting. Okay, so option B is also there, option A is also there. And salt and water. Yes, the salt and water always speed up the process rusting because reaction occurring more. Because reaction process occurring more. So basically all of these is the answer. Basically all of these is the answer. Correct answer. Very good everyone. Okay. So let's start the question 5. Study the given Venn diagram. So this is the Venn diagram in front of you. Center point P. Can you see the center point? This is the center point. Wherever this is the center point here. This is the center point here. So this circle is representing the slow change. This circle is representing the chemical change. This is desirable change. What you are like the condition you are providing to the change according to your desires. So that is desirable change, and this is non-periodic change. This is non-periodic change, and this is P in between P. So what is P? P is a non-periodic chemical change. What is P? Can you see P is a place? Please look at here. P is a place which is having a which is surrounded by all the four circles. So basically the center area, this P is a chemical change as well as a periodic change, and it is a very associated desirable as well. So P means it is all the four properties. It is chemical change, still it is non-periodic. And second, it is desirable as well as slow in nature. So you have to find out of these all four options. Out of these all four options, you have to identify which is correct answer. All four options you have to identify the correct answer. Rusting of iron. Rusting of iron is a chemical change. Yes. Rusting of iron is non-periodic change. Yes, it is periodic change because you cannot say that daily this much of iron is rusting. Okay. Third, it is slow change. Yes, it is a slow change. It is desirable change. No, it is not a desirable change. Yes, not all four factors are satisfied. Option A cannot be the answer. Eruption of volcanoes. Eruption of volcanoes are again non-periodic change, chemical change. It is chemical change. It is non-periodic change. It is slow change, but it is not what? It is not desirable change. Understood, everyone? Ripening of fruits. Ripening of fruits. Yes, it can be the answer. Ripening of fruits. You can do the ripening of fruits like you have seen nowadays, right? With the help of chemicals, you can do the ripening of fruits. So I think it is a 2 days back news only that so many mangoes were chemically ripe and were selling in the market. It's a Hyderabad news only, right? So yes, ripening of food follow all these things. It can be a chemical change. You can ripe fruit with a chemical change. Second, obviously non-periodic change. Third, what is that? It is a slow change. Yes, it is a slow change, and yes, it is a desirable change. It is a desirable change. Sometimes you want raw mangoes, so you eat raw mangoes initially in the season, and after that we eat ripened mangoes. So yes, it is a desirable change. So it looks like option C is the answer. Burning of cooking gas, no, it is not a slow change. Burning of cooking gas is a chemical change, non-periodic change, but not a slow change, right? So I think answer will be option C. So yes, correct answer is option C, which is following all the four factors, which is following all the four factors. Understood? Clear hai? So let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. What kind of change undergo by the expansion of railway track during summer? Expansion of railway tracks during summer. What happens? Iron, it is known as thermal expansion. This is known as thermal expansion that at very high heat, at very high heat. In summers, what happens? Can you see nowadays summer is going on and it is very hot during daytime. So at so much of high temperature, what happens? Metal little bit expand. So railway track is made up of iron metal, they expand little bit. So what type of change it is? What type of change is this? Okay. CBD. Okay, why so many answers? CBD. Option D, physical reversible. Option C, option B, option B. Ma'am, after splitting H2 into H2 and O2, can we use H2 as a fuel, right? Yes, you can. Volcano is a chemical change. How? Because there are so many, like there are so many, what I'm saying, sorry. So, I'm saying like volcano, how volcano is a chemical change? Because there is so many reaction like lava, ash, and so many different things are reducing during a chemical change, and like rocks and other things inside the earth undergo oxidation at very high temperature. So there is a so many different new products formed. And inside the earth oxidation is occurring, and so many things are there. Okay, so it is a chemical change. Okay, option B, option C. So let's check the answer. What kind of changes undergo the expansion of railway track? Expansion. So expansion is happening. Again it get compressible, right? So that means it is reversible because it is very hot expansion, but if it cools, it will compress. So it is reversible change, or obviously only the size is changing. So it is physical change. So let's see if the answer is option B. Yes, correct answer is option B. It is a reversible change and it is a physical change because but yes, there is a level of expansion. But if the temperature goes low, if the temperature goes low, again there will be compression. It will compress size of its own shape, right? So it is reversible as well as it is a physical change. It is a physical change. That is not a permanent change. That is not a permanent change. Now this looks something very interesting. Let's see, observe the given change carefully and identify W, X, Y, Z. So we have to carefully notice it and identify W, X, Y, Z. Okay, so I am heating blue color salt. I am heating blue color salt. Blue color salt is W. I am heating blue color salt. Color salt is W. So what is W? CuSO4, MgS, MgSO4 7H2, FeSO4 7H2, and CuSO4 5H2O. Can you tell me what can be the W, A, B, C, D? What can be the W? let me tell you the blue colored complex. The blue colored complex is always copper sulfate. The blue colored complex is always copper sulfate. FgSO4 does not have any such color, and FeSO4 has little bit greenish of color, right? So basically CuSO4 crystals are little bit blue in color. So W can be A or D. W can be A or T. W can be A or T. So option A or option D can be our answer, right? So X. X means is it a physical change or a chemical change? I think I will get my answer later on. So let's see. Here I am heating CuSO4 and here I am heating the blue colored salt, and after heating it is converting white colored salt, that is no, it is converting white colored salt, that is why. It is converting white colored salt, it is, that is why, and some Z particles I am having here. So either option A or option D is the answer, because blue color cannot be copper sulfate, right? Please look at here. Either option A or D is the answer. Let's see what is Y at Z. So can you see CuSO4 H2O, CuSO4 H2O. Is there any composition change? Is there any composition change? There is no composition change. There is no composition change. CuSO4 5H2O, CuSO4 5H2O, YZ, CuSO4 H2O, CuSO4. Only they have decomposed. Decomposed means when there was CuSO4 5H2O was as a one compound, has dissociated into CuSO4 and like H2O has evaporated as a vapor. H2O has evaporated as a vapor. Composition hasn't changed. Composition hasn't changed. That means it is not a chemical change. That means it is not a chemical change. I think option D cannot be the answer because complex is not changing, compound is not changing. So it will be a physical change. I think the answer should be option A. I think the answer should be option A. Let's check the answer. Yes, the answer is option A. So it is option A, and I told you why and how. So first of all, blue color composites, colors you must know and you will remember going into these chapters in chapter 9th and 10th when you come across different chapters and different compounds, you definitely remember the colors of these complexes. Please don't be very much what I say tense about these things. ठीक है? Don't take tension of the colors of the complex. Like with the years, like in 8th class, this is suppose today I told you CuSO4 is blue in color. So what? CuSO4 blue in color. Now you always remember this thing. When CuSO4, when CuSO4 H2O, when CuSO4 copper sulfate, CuSO4 5H2O, CuSO4 5H2O. When there is some water molecule, how many water molecules are there? 5 water molecules. How many water molecules are there? 5 water molecules. Due to this water molecule, they are showing the blue color complex because they look like a crystal. Due to the presence of water, due to the presence of water, they look like a crystal. Now, because they are looking like a crystal, they are imparting some color. Now, what is the reason behind, what is the phenomena behind imparting a color? That you will definitely learn in the 11th class. But right now, you only have to identify that with some amount of water, they are having a crystal form, and crystal form shows you different color because of different phenomena. So basically CuSO4 is blue in color. Now when you heat it, simply heat it. You take the CuSO4 and you simply heat the CuSO4. So basically what happened? The water inside the CuSO4, the water inside the CuSO4 evaporated. This water molecule evaporated. And when this water molecule evaporated, your CuSO4 5H2 is no more a crystal. It converted into a powder. And when the water evaporated, it loses its color. And when the water evaporated, it loses its color. So CuSO4 5H2O is known as hydrated copper sulfate or crystal copper sulfate. When you heat it, water evaporates. When you heat it, water evaporates. Compound will not change, only its water loses, due to which its color changes, due to which its color disappears. Right everyone? So because the composition is not changing, so hence it is a physical change. I hope you understood. I hope all of you understood. Can you please tell me, did you understood? Desirable change means, देखिए, there are so many things in this where you can bring a chemical change according to your desire. Sometimes what happened? H2O2. H2O2, if you give the high temperature and pressure, you will get H2O. But you also gain H2O2. You can also get H2O2 from H2 and O2, but you have to provide a different condition. So that is a design chain. H2 plus O2 can give you H2O as well as H2O2. It can give you water as well as hydrogen peroxide. What you want. So whatever you want water, so you provide high temperature. If you want H2O2, I'm not remembering what's the condition for H2O2. I think I'm not exactly remembering what are the exact condition to get the H2O2 hydrogen peroxide. So you will provide that condition. So H2O2 can give you water as well as H2O2. Now it is up to you that what condition you provide and what product you give. So that is a desirable change. Desirable change means that you come across according to your need. That you come across according to that you provide according to your need. So I hope I clarified your doubt. I think this question everyone clear with how to solve this question. Expansion means full फैल जाना. What is the meaning of expansion? Expansion means a little bit expanding. Expanding means फैल जाना. So I think all of you understood this concept. All of you understood this concept. If you understood this question, please send me blue hearts. Please send me blue hearts because that is easy to see. Right? That is easy to see. If you understood how to solve this question, please let me know. Yes, we did. Okay. Very easy. Okay. Thank you, Harshini Reddy. Okay, Preetham, thanks. Thanks, Trishika. Jevan Sai, okay, thank you. Okay, Navneet, okay, fine. Thank you so much, Ishwar. Thank you. Okay. So that's how you solve such question. That's how you solve such question. So you don't have to just blue color sort. This is this is your time to start learning about all these things. So obviously, you are not. This is not possible that you already know about these things. Today I teach you about these things. Now you need to see you as a forest when crystallized is blue in color. So that is also important. When it is having the water molecule, then it is blue in color. I already told you what is the concept behind it, right? So going to the next question. Going to the next question. Which of the following change 1 to 6 from the given list cannot be reversed? Cannot be reversed. So let's check which cannot be reversed. Breaking of an earthen pitcher. Breaking of an earthen pitcher. So once the pitcher has broke, breaking of the earthen pitcher, once the pitcher have broke, I don't think so is a reversible change. So I think it is a irreversible change. Falling off tree during a storm. Falling off tree during a storm. Again, it is an irreversible change because I cannot again stick the tree there, right? Rusting of a bicycle, I think it is also an irreversible change. Rusting of bicycle is also an irreversible change. Freezing of ice cream. Freezing of ice cream is a reversible change. First, you freeze the ice cream. Again, if you keep the ice cream outside the fridge, again it will melt. Again, you can freeze it, right? So it is a reversible change. It is a reversible change. This is reversible change. Filling of bucket with water. Very easy. Obviously, all we know. It is a reversible change. You can fill bucket, you can empty it. You can fill bucket, you can empty it. Right? So this happens daily in our homes. If one is bathing, so they will fill the bucket. That's a reversible change. Digestion of food. Digestion of food is irreversible change. Once the food is digested, it is taken by your body. You cannot bring it back, right? So it is irreversible change. So what are the irreversible change example? 1356. 1356. Can you see the option? 1356. 1356. Answer is option A. Answer is option A. That is my thing. That is according to me. Let's check the answer. Let's check the answer. So yes, the answer is option A. Correct. We all got a correct answer. Option A. So I can see all are giving the answer A only. Mahita, thank you. So most of you are giving the option A. Okay. Cricket fan, player 18. What to explain? At 9:06 you are saying I am late. Please explain me what I need to explain you. We are doing worksheet today, and obviously whatever we have deal in 30-minute class, I cannot explain you 40 minutes class. You are I think 40 minutes late. Only 10-minute class is left now. Okay, Siddharth. Okay, thank you. Ma'am, did you see my message? Yes, Vinishka. I can see your message. Lakshmi. Okay. Adya. Very nice. Okay, Mohammed Rehan Sheikh, nice. Okay, Israr. Okay, let's go. Let's move on to the next question. Let's move on to the next question. Match column 2 and select the match column 1 with column 2 and select the correct option from the given code. Column 1 with column 2 we have to match here. Separating stones from rice. Separating stones from rice. Obviously, it can't be chemical change, it will be a physical change only. And it can be reversible. I can separate the stones from rice again, I can mix it back. So I think option 3 is having option A answer. Option 3 is having option A answer. So option 3 A answer is option B or C. So I think option B or C can be our answer according to the first match. Option B, curdling of milk. Option B, curdling of milk. Was wrong. If you again go back to the source, hence it is an irreversible change. Hence it is an irreversible change. But you tell me, it is physical or chemical? It is physical or chemical? It is physical or chemical? Please tell me. Write physical P or C. You can write. You can write P or C. Thank you so much, Ishwar. You don't have to send so many answers again and again. Yes, I can see everyone's answer. Don't worry. Kirtan is saying option C. Most of you are saying option C. Okay, Jagu. Arun, your books will be allotted soon. When your school is going to start, your books will be allotted. Don't worry about that. Again, I'm saying my pronunciation in pronouncing your name can be little bit incorrect. I'm already sorry for that. Okay, I'm very sorry for that. Lakshmi Trinity. Okay, option C. Option C. Okay. Option C is the answer. Okay, so many of you are saying option C is the answer. Let's check. So it is very correct that curdling of milk is a chemical change because there is a chemical change. Different things changes when their milk is converted into what curd, and it is irreversible. Breaking of flour, it is irreversible, but yes, it is physical. It is irreversible but physical change because suppose flour was made from glass will not change. Glass will not convert into food or after breaking. Glass will break into smaller pieces, so there will be only change in size and shape, right? But still it will be a glass. Composition is not changing, it is physical change. Now because it's not easy to again make the glass back, again make the vase back, so it is an irreversible change. So it is a correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. See, all are agreeing on option C, but let's check the answer. So yes, correct answer is option C. Correct answer is option C. Correct answer is option C. Let's go to the next line. Which difference between physical and chemical change is incorrect? Okay, so no one asked me this question, but I am telling you again that only this much. Physical and chemical change, their characteristic, their definition, their real life example. And in the next two classes, we will cover the difference between the chemical and physical change. Like we'll try to what compare them. We'll try to compare them. So only this much is your Saturday syllabus. This much is your classes will go up Friday. Please listen to me very carefully. Your classes will go up Friday till 24th. On 25th, there will be an exam. That will be MCQ exam provided to you. I guess 15 questions from chemistry, 15 questions from physics, 15 from bio. I think 20 or I guess please look at that. 20 or 25 questions from maths. So 200 something your exam will be there, 200 marks exam will be there, okay? So that is the another thing, all things will be provided you from the management, but what I am saying right now, what is important right now, that till now, till now what is covered in the class, that will be your Saturday exam syllabus. What is that? Physical and chemical change definition, physical and chemical change characteristic, physical and chemical change examples, and the physical and chemical changes comparison. So all these things, not corrosion, nothing. There is no, because we haven't covered it, so that is not a syllabus of the exam. Only up to the comparison of physical and chemical change is the exam syllabus for Saturday. It will entirely be MCQ without negative marking. No negative marking, only MCQ question. Single, multiple choice, sorry, that, yes, multiple choice question. Right? So, MCQs will be there. Be relaxed. Paper will be easy because if you are studying good in the class, if your result is good in the class, you easily can do the exam, first of all. Second, if you really want to learn these videos, you will go to the KEC YouTube platform, right? So, Resonance Schools YouTube platform, you can go, and KEC. In KEC section, there will be classes 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th. You can watch all those classes there. So I think first week classes are not there, not uploaded, but second week classes are there. I think first 2, 3 classes are not there, but next week classes have been uploaded properly. So you can see the classes on the YouTube platform if you want anything or if you missed any class. So you can go on the YouTube Resonance Schools and you can watch the KEC classes there. Right? So which difference between physical and chemical changes incorrect? I think this is the last question today. And yes, from 27th, there is 27th to 8th May. So if you go to the school, it's nice because there are so many different things you're going to learn in the summer camp. It will be 70%, 80% fun, and 20% it will be related to studies in a fun mode only, right? So, okay, the difference between physical and chemical change. Mass, no change, no change. Physical and chemical change. If I talk about physical and chemical change, yes, mass will not change. New substance in physical change is not formed, correct. New substance in chemical change is formed, correct. Process. Physical change are mostly irreversible and chemical changes are reversible. Is it correct? Is it correct? No, it is not correct. Mostly the physical change are reversible and mostly the chemical change are irreversible. So I think this is the answer because the question is saying incorrect. Because the question is saying incorrect. So I guess option C is the answer. So let's change. Let's see the answer. Yes, the answer is option C. The answer is option C. Now most of you will say, ma'am, option A. Mass is not changing, but in the characteristic you told us that physical change, mass will not change, but in chemical change, mass will change. So please remember, although mass will always be equal. If I talk about mass, even physical change or chemical change, it will always follow the law of conservation of mass. All over. So suppose one complex is given with two different products, two new products. So two new products will be equal to that one reactant. So that means all over mass is equal. So whether it is chemical change or a physical change, the all over mass that will always be equal. The all over mass that will always be equal. So this is all about the worksheet. So today we have done the entire worksheet. So can you see this? If you properly judge this worksheet, you will see this worksheet questions are properly distributed. Some 2, 3 questions where you have to be very perfect with the concept. That is the hard questions, or you can say good level questions. Olympiad questions are also there in this sheet. 2, 3 questions were there in the Olympiad level. There were 4 to 5 questions which were exactly kind of like if someone is very clarified with the concept, you can easily do it. And some questions on the medium level. So same like today we have solved these 10 questions. Exactly the question paper will also be designed. There will be 3 hard questions, 3 medium questions, and remaining will be the easy question. So 60 to 70% of the exam portion will be easy only. 10 to 15% medium and 10% around hard. So you don't worry about the first exam of your resonance school, it will be easy without negative marking. Only you have to be clarified with your concept. Only you have to be clarified with your concept. So hope I told you. Yes, at home you will write the exam. Obviously, exam will be there. No, exam will be offline. It will be online only. 200 something marks there. Actually, I forgot very easily. That's why all these things I forgot. I chemistry, but yes, other things sometimes I forget. Yes, Gautam, I can see your messages. Chemical. Yes, got it. Kartike, ma'am, what we do in summer camp? You will do lots of activities in summer camp. Exactly, I don't know, but yes, I think you can go to the school and there is one video which defines exactly what all about the summer camp. So those who are still deciding about the summer camp registered, you can go to the Instagram page of Residency School, watch that video, that what all will be offered at the summer camp, and then you can decide, right? And you can take your friends as well. You can have it online only. So okay, ma'am, please show the fifth question. So this is the fifth question. Fifth question, Venn diagram is there, and in the middle part, middle part is combined with all the four circles. That means P is showing the all the four things: slow change, chemical change, non-periodic change, and desired change. Okay. Yes, Ishwar, I can see your message. Exam, obviously, exam. KEC video on YouTube. Resonance School. First of all, go to the Resonance Hyderabad School's YouTube channel. There you can find easily KEC videos. Okay. Otherwise, if you are unable to find the KEC video link, you can ask your teacher or principal, whatever the school management you are in contact with. You can ask them to send you the link. You can ask them to send you the link. They will definitely help you in this. They will definitely help you this. Yes, today's class is over. So I think it was a great class. All of you answered very properly and very correctly. 90% of the answers in today's class were very correct. I am very happy. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye. See you tomorrow.
Cube and cube roots. Cube and cube roots. Likewise, a square and a square root, na? A square and a square root, the cube root, cube and cube root are also same. Okay, now. So this is also very basics topic. Very, very basics. Okay, now. So if you talk about cubes, beta, so in a square, likewise, when we are squaring the terms, when we multiplying any terms twice, when you multiply any terms twice, that number become a square of that number. If you talk, if I write here, if I'm multiplying x into x, it's become what? X square. X into x, it's become what? X square. I'll change the color. X into x equals to x square. Means if we multiplying any term twice, if we multiplying any terms twice, that become x square. So that is x ka power 2. So if you multiplying any terms 3 times, x into x, then we can say this is x ka power 3. This is x ka power 3 and this is called cube of x. Means x cube. X cube. Okay beta? So let's start with the topic. Cube of a number and perfect cube number. We already discussed in the square and the square root the square of any number and the perfect square of the number, perfect square of that number. So in same way beta, we will discuss here cube of any number and perfect cube of the number. Okay, so let's come with this. Let us suppose x is any number x is any non-zero number beta. X is any non-zero number. Okay, x is any non-zero number, then x into x into x. If you multiplying x three times, if you multiplying x three times, then it's written as x ka power 3. X ka power 3. Okay, when you multiplying x three times, we can say that this is x ka power. Okay, yes, I am seeing the message of everyone. Don't worry. Okay, so when you multiplying any terms, any number three times, then we can write that number as a x power 3, and it is called as cube of 3. Cube of 3 means if you multiplying any number three times, x into x into x, that is written as x power 3, and it is called as cube of x. Cube of x. Okay, and this is also called x cube. It's also called x cube. Okay, beta. So let us take example. If 2 into 2 into 2, if multiplying three times, if 2 into 2 into 2 multiplying three times, it's written as what? 2 to power 3. 2 to power 3. And 2 to power 3 is nothing but beta 2 cube. 2 cube, and when you solve 2 cube, when you come in reverse way, what is 2 cube? 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2, that is what? 2 into 2 4, 4 to the 8. So 8 is the value. Yes or no? 8 is the, means 8 is cube of 2. Now coming to the next problem, next example. If we are talking about 4 cube, 4 cube means what? 4 into 4 into 4. 4 into 4 into 4. When you multiplying 4 into 4 into 4, we will get what? 64. We will get what? 64 means 64 is the cube of 4. When we doing 4 ka power 3, we will get 64, that is 4 ka cube. Yes, beta Siddharth, I am seeing your message. How many numbers should we learn cubes? Beta, you will learn at least 20, 30. Or either you can multiply, just multiply in the copy and get the value of cube of any number. Okay. You all people just ask the relevant question. Okay, na? Relevant question which is related to the class. Okay. So the cube of any number is clear, na? Cube means simple beta, x into, when you multiplying any number three times, that number ka cube equals to the product. When you multiplying any number three times, that number ka cube, that is the value. Okay. Now another point beta, another point, listen carefully. If a number n is said to be perfect cube number, if n is said to be perfect cube number, if there is integer, if there is integer m, if there is integer m such that n equals to m into m into m. Let us suppose I am telling you to find the cube root. Yeah, check the value that number n is the perfect cube or not. So how you do beta? Check there exists number m such that m into m equals to n or not. If you get one number m such that the multiplying this number three times is equals to m equals to n, and that number is nothing but, means in this way we can say that this number is a perfect cube. Beta syllabus tell what I am teaching, okay now. Let us suppose I am taking an example beta 125 is a perfect cube or not. 125 is a perfect cube or not. We have to check. So for perfect cube beta, we will for checking the perfect cube of 5, we will take an integer 5 such that 5 into 5 into 5, 5 into 5 into 5, we are getting 3 number, 3 fives. It means what? This is 5 cube. This is 5 cube. So 125 equals to 5 cube. 125 equals to 5 ka cube. Then we can say that the 125 is a perfect cube of any number. 125 is a perfect cube of any number, and that number is what? 5. Means perfect cube of 5 is 125. Understood? Okay, good beta. So, so first of all, you all take the screenshot of this theory part. Okay, now take fast beta. Take fast. Good morning, Karthik. Summer camp duration is decided by your campus. Okay, now. That- So now come to the next part. So how we can find the cube of any number, or we can say how we can check that this number is cube of any number. Okay, and in same way, how we can find the cube root of any number, cube root of any number. Okay, so let's, if prime number p, if prime number p divides m, then p into p into p will be the, will divides m into m, that is m cube. If prime number p divides perfect cube, then p cube is also divides the perfect. So you can see another example is another definition. If prime factorization, we will go with this concept. Okay, now always in the prime factorization of perfect cube, in prime factorization of perfect cube, every prime occurs 3 times. How many times beta? 3 times. Every prime number occurs 3 times, as many times as any multiple of 3. मतलब every prime number will at least 3 times. If they are 6 times, okay. If they are 9 times, okay. Means every number must be multiple of 3. Every number must be multiple of 3. Okay. Yes, Tanu, say I'm seeing your message. So if you say what is the sorry, 27. So 27 is a cube of any number. We have to check 27 is a, what is the, which number cube have 27, or we can also say find the number which cube is 27. So how we will do it? We will do like this. First of all, we will factorize 27, prime factorization beta. If you do prime factorization, it's 3 9, again 3 3. How many 3 coming beta? When you're doing prime factorization of 27, 3 times 3 is coming. And if 3 times 3 is coming, it means it's nothing but 3 cube. It means we can say that 27 is a perfect cube of number 3. We can say that 27 is the perfect cube of number 3. In same way, if you talk about 216, 216, so start with 2. So when you're dividing by 2, we will get what beta? 108, again beta 54, again beta 27, now 3, again 3. Now, if you see 3 times 2 is coming and 3 times 3 is coming. Yes and no? Means 3 times 2, it means what? 2 ka cube. And 3 times 3, it means 3 ka power 3. 3 ka power 3. Means if we talk about this is a perfect cube or not, yes, this is a perfect cube. Which number? 2 into 3 ka whole cube. That is what? 6. So the perfect cube, this number is a perfect cube of what? 6. Now, beta, whenever we start finding prime factorization of any number, we always start with 2, 3, 5, 7, 11 like that. I will come to the cube root, don't worry. Okay. Yes, 6 power 3. नहीं बेटा 6 का power 3 means 6 raised to 3 you can say. Yeah, 6 cube, 6 cube, 6 cube. Okay. So this is all about 216. Now, if I'm coming to the next problem, 74088. 74088. I'm doing here 74088. Now do the prime factorization of this number. So start with 2. The 2, 3 is 6, 7, 0, 4, 4. Again 2. How much? 8, 5, 2, 2. Again beta 2. It's 9, is 2, 6, 1. Okay. Now again start with the 3. When you're dividing by 3, we will get what? 3, 8, 7. Again 3. So 3 1 ja 3, 3 2 ja 6, 3 9 ja 27. 3, it's again 43. 43. ठीक है? So now it's coming 43. 43, no? 640 0 4 तो 670 तो 60 हो गया start with 3 3 3 is 9 3 3 is 9 3 0 okay it's 3087 okay now after that when you're dividing again by 3 to 31029 now dividing this 3 so we're getting what when you again dividing it by 3 we're getting what 3 3 is 9 4 3 is 12 and 3 3 is 9 so 343 343 now 7 7 how much 4 times, and this is 9 times. 63, again 7, this is 7, again 7. So how many? 3 times 7, 3 times 7 coming beta, 3 times 3 coming beta, and 3 times 2 coming. So when doing the prime factorization of this number, so we're getting 3 2, 3 3, and 3 7. Yes and no. Means all prime number we're getting in pairs. Pair nahi, in 3 pair. Means every number coming in 3 3. Okay. Every prime number coming in the 3 3. So we can say that this number is what beta? Perfect cube of any number. This number is perfect cube of any number. We can also write 2 ka cube into 3 ka cube into 7 ka cube. It means nothing but 2 into 3 into 7 ka whole cube. 2 into 3 into 7, that is what? 7 into 3, 21 into 2, 42. Means it's nothing but 43 ka cube. So when we do 42 into 42, we will get what? 74088. Okay. So in this way, we can find and we can check that this number is cube of any number or not. We can check this number is cube of any number or not. Okay. Now next problem है बेटा 7 to 9. When you prime factorize 7 to 9, we will get 6 times 2, 6 times 3. So make pair of 3 3. This is one pair, and this is another. So 3 के power 3 and 3 के power 3. This is 6 times, so I am written 3 के power 6, or we can also write 3 के power 3 into 3 के power 3, or this is also written 3 के power 6 is nothing but 3 के power 2 के power 3. When you multiply, you will get 6. So 6 is written as 3 के power 2 के power 3. So it's nothing but 9 के power 3. And when we solve here, beta, 3 into 3 का whole power 3, that is 9 का power 3. So in this way, we can also say, we can also write. Okay. So the 7 to is also a perfect cube number. And what is the cube number? 7 equals to 7 to 9. 9 equals to 7 to 9. 7 is the perfect cube number. Okay. Now coming to the next part. First one, I have to take the screenshot of this slide. Namaste, namaste beta. Namaste. I am good. What about you? You people are doing something at home. But after classes, after 25th, your summer camp will start. Take, take a screenshot fast. Okay. Final exam 280 marks. Final exam 280 marks. Physics 15 question. Chemistry 15 question. Biology 15 question. And maths 20 question. Okay. So physics, chemistry, maths, and biology like this. Your next subject is physics. Next subject is physics. Okay, don't worry. Each question have 4 marks. There is no negative marking. Each question have 4 marks. There is no negative marking. If let first you come in the school na, then your final exam will come na. Okay, and yes, you will get everything at your campus level. So don't uh, think about this. Okay, now moving to the next. Now tell me cube of the digit 1 to 9. 1 का cube 1, 2 का cube 8, 3 का cube 27, 4 का cube 64, 5 का cube 125, 6 का cube 216, 7 का cube 343, yes or no? 8 का cube 9 का cube and 10 का cube. In same way, if we talk about this number, let us suppose x is any number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and the cube is what? 1 का 1, 2 का 8, 3 का 27, 4 का 64, 5 का 125, 6 का 216, 7 का 343, 8 का 512, 9 का 729. Okay, I am seeing your message, don't worry. Let's talk about from the table. From the table, we observe that the cube of 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, 1, 4, 5, 6, and 9. 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 are ending in the same digits. End with the same digits. Means the cube of number 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. The cube of that number also contain 1, 4, 5, 6, 9. Okay. However, the number 2, 8. However, the number 2, 8 to it make appear in the same sense that the cube of 2 end in 8 and the cube of 8 end in 2. Okay. If you see better, the cube of number is cube of 2 is 8 and the cube of 8 is ending with the number 2. This is a technique we can just remember. Now next beta number 3 and 7 also make a pair in same way. See cube 27 and 7 cube 343. Listen, in a shortcut I am telling, in case of 1, in case of 1, 1 ka cube 1. So unit place is also 1. If you talk about 4 ka cube, 4 ka cube 64. The last digit is 4. 4 ka cube is 64. So last digit is 4. 5 ka cube 125. The unit place is 5. If you talk about 6, 6 a cube 216. Unit place is 6. In case of 9, unit place is 9. So we can just remember like this. If number is coming ending with 9, it definitely that the unit place of that number, the cube of that number must be 9. Okay. Now coming to the next. Yes, sir, can you see my message? Please tell. Yes, I am seeing your message. Okay. But in case of 7 and 3, 3 ka cube 27 unit place 7, but 7 cube 343 unit place. It means they are exchanging their unit place. They are exchanging their unit place. Same in case of 8 and 2. 2 का cube 8 and 8 का cube 5 and 2 देखो they are exchanging their unit place. Okay. So we can move. If a number is negative, then its cube is also negative. Likewise, minus m ka cube is minus m cube. This so that negative number may also have perfect cube. This is this is in the constant with the perfect square, which is never be negative. Means in case of in case of negative number in case of negative number, negative cube is also negative number. Negative number का cube is also a negative number. If you talk about minus two का cube, तो minus 2 का cube equals to what बेटा? -2 into -2. So minus minus plus plus again minus. So minus 2 into 2 into 2, it's 8. So the negative cube of negative number is negative. But in case of a square, it is not possible. In case of a square, it is not possible. So this is a difference. This is a construct from the perfect square to the perfect cube. Okay. So see the example, -3 का cube is what? -3 into -3 into -3, that is -27. That is nothing but -27, and 27 we can write like 3 का cube. So it's -3 का cube. So -3 का cube equals to -3 का cube. Okay, -27. Yes, only MCQ. Take another example, beta. -7 cube. So -7 cube is -7 का cube. Means minus will be minus sign will be there with the 7 cube. If you simplify, we will get -7 -7 -7. When you multiply this all the numbers, we will get what? -343. 343 is nothing but -7 ka cube. -7 minus into 7 ka cube. Okay. So once all of you take the screenshot first. Done. I think all people are done with this. Okay. Okay. So come with the next slide. Next number beta. If any number is even, then their cube is also even. If any number is even, then their cube is also even. Okay. Likewise, 2 ka cube 8 means 2 is also even, 8 is also even. 4 ka cube 64, 4 is also even, 8 is also, sorry, 64 is also even. Okay. Same here, beta. 4 का cube 64, this number and this number both are even. 12 का cube 1726, 1728 and both number are also even. In case of even, sorry, in case of odd, if n is odd, then n cube is also odd. If n is odd, n cube is also odd. Okay. So let's take an example. Likewise, beta, 3 का cube 27. So 3 is also odd and 27 is also odd. 5 का cube 125. So 5 is odd and 125 is also odd. So this property will satisfy. Okay. So when you see this property, 7 का cube 343. 7 is odd, 343 is odd. 11 का cube 1331. 11 का cube 1331. So 11 is also odd, 133 is 1331 is also odd. So we can say the cube of odd is odd, cube of even is even. Okay. So first of all, take a screenshot first. You all people take the screenshot first. Take the screenshot of previous slide first. Take first. Exam is online. Yes, Sidvik, I'm seeing your message. Done. Now coming to the next. If n is perfect cube. Yes, why to fear when sir is here? Yes. Listen, if n is perfect cube, then some integer m, if n is perfect cube, let us suppose n is a number which is perfect cube, then there exists some integer m such that n equals to m cube. Okay, where m is the cube of, where m is called cube root of n, where m is called cube root of n. Understood? Listen. Listen. In this case, m is called cube root of n. We write as m is nothing but m ka power, m is nothing but n. We write like this now. This is square root and this is cube root. In place of this vacant sign, if you're writing 3, it's cube root, and if you're writing 2, it's square root. Okay, or a square root, as in case of the square root, we also not write nothing. If no number are written here, if nothing is written here, we can understand this is square root. But in case of cube root, must be write 3. Must write 3. Okay now. So m is the cube root of n, and we write as m equals to cube root of n. If we take example, 3 is a cube root of 27. 3 is a cube root of 27. Likewise, if I am telling 27 is nothing but 3 ka cube, 3 ka cube, 3 ka cube means 3. This 3 is cube root of 27. This base 3 is called cube root of 27. If we talk about 8, so 8 is nothing but beta 2 का cube. So this 2 is cube root of 8. 2 is cube root of 8. Okay. 2 is the cube root of 8. Okay. Move to next. Listen. 4 का बेटा 4 is a cube root of 64. Means 4 cube equals to what? 64. Means 4 is what? Only 4 is what? Cube root of this one. Cube root of this one. Now all of you listen carefully. Method of successive subtraction to find the cube root. Method of successive subtraction to find the cube root. Okay. Wait for 8 minutes. Na? From 10:20 you can take breakfast. Okay, now from 10:20 you can do your breakfast. Wait for at least 8 minutes. Okay. Method of successive subtraction to find the cube root. Method of successive subtraction to find the cube root. So let us suppose beta we subtract number 1, 7, 19, 37, 61, 91, 127, 169 successively till we will get the number 0. The number of subtraction will gives the cube root of the number. The number 175, 17, 19, 37, 61, 91, 127, 169 dot 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 are obtained by putting n equals to 1, 2, 3 dot 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 like this. Listen, we will understand this concept with the example. Listen. Listen, all of you. Successive means beta 1 by 1. मतलब continuously. The first of all, take the screenshot. All of you take the screenshot. Huh. Now coming to the next part. Cube root of unit digits. Cube root using unit digits. Cube root using unit digits. Sir, can you explain the concept tomorrow? Someone not taking the screenshot. Hello, bhai. Take the screenshot. Take fast. Yes, Avis, I am seeing your message. Cube and cube are not opposite, beta. Cube and cube roots. They are not opposite. Cube and cube roots are just reverse of each other's. Reverse of each other. Okay. Okay now. So okay, at this point I am just concluding the today class. Okay, from tomorrow we will study the next class. Okay, we'll continue this topic in the tomorrow class. Okay, so that's all for today. Okay, After after 10 minutes, you have physics class. Okay, now from 10:30 you have physics class. So take a snacks, take the break, and come back. Okay, that's all for now. Okay, beta. Bye bye.
Hello, hi, I'm Krati, and today will start our electricity chapter revision and worksheet 4. How are you guys? I think you all are fine. So let's start with electricity. A basic revision or a recap of the chapter that you have already read. Okay? Electricity. Now, what is electricity? Can anyone tell me what is electricity? Sir is busy with something. Can you please tell me what is electricity? You guys have studied electricity. Moving current is called electricity. Nice. Flow of electrons, flow of energy. Okay. Flow of electric current, energy which passes heat. Okay. I got multiple answers. Now I have got two types of answer. Electricity is a flow of electron and electricity is a flow of current. Which is correct? Which one is correct? Flow of electron or flow of current? Or both? Source of electricity is known as electricity. Current, both. Yes. Current and both. Both electrons and current. How? See, this electricity is made with the term electro. Electro are what? Electrons. Flow of electrons is known as electricity. Flow of electrons is known as electricity. And now what about current? Current Current is a result of flow of electrons. Current is a result of flow of electrons. See, electrons are moving. Electrons are what? Negative charge particles. Electrons are what? Negative charge particles. Negative charge particles are always attracted towards the positive end. So electrons are moving from negative to positive end. Electrons are moving from negative to positive end. Okay. So current always flows in the opposite direction of electron. Current always flows in the opposite direction of electron. And therefore current flows from positive to negative terminal. Current flows from positive to negative terminal. Any doubt? Any doubt? Internal resistance in Joule's law we will study later. Tell me, any doubt? Okay. So electron is what? Basically a flow of current or electrons, and in the direction of electrons opposite to the direction of electrons current flow. So electricity is the flow of current or a flow of electrons, but both are opposite in direction. Current flows from negative to positive and current flows from, tell me one thing, electrons flows from negative to positive, therefore current flows from positive to negative terminal. Okay. Now there is a term conductor and insulator. Can anyone tell me what is conductor and what is insulator? No, electrons are not made up of atom. Atom is made up of electrons and neutrons. Okay. Chetan, electron is not made up of atoms. Electron is a part of atom. I'll explain you primary and secondary. First, let's go to what are conductors and insulator. Have you seen a wire? Have you seen a wire? Wire is a type of pipe. Okay, is a type of pipe having a copper threads in it. Okay, a plastic coating on a copper is what? A wire is electric wire. So this copper this copper sticks are what? Conductors. Conductors. And this plastic coating is what? Insulators. Insulators. Okay, it protects conductors. It protects conductors. It protects us. We can't. If we touch conductors, we'll get the shock. Okay, we'll get the shock. So this insulator is protecting us by directly touching conductors. Okay. And what is the use of conductors? What is the use of conductor? What is the use of conductor? Anyone? Yes. Conductors allows electrons to flow from it. Conductors allow electrons to flow from it. See, this is a conductor. So electrons flow in a conductor from negative to positive terminal. And insulators protect them. Insulators protect them. Okay, or protect us from directly touching them. Otherwise, what will happen? We'll get a shock. We will get a shock, right? So, conductors are what? Substances through which electric charges can flow are called conductors. And insulators are what? Which does not allow flow of current through it. Okay. So, what are the examples of conductors? Silver, copper, aluminium. Plastic, rubber and wood are the example of insulator. Now, electric cell. What is electric cell? It is a powerhouse. It is a powerhouse of energy. Which, what is electric cell? Can anyone tell? Both light and electricity is the syllabus for exam on Saturday. Can anyone tell me what is electric cell? The source of energy, okay, it is already written. Small source of energy, no. Small source of energy, but not small. Small is not a right word. Source of energy. Chemical energy, no. Which converts chemical energy to electrical energy, yes. So, electric cell is what? It is the source of electric current. Cell is the smallest thing which produces electricity. It converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Okay, it converts electrical energy to chemical energy to electrical energy. It is a basic unit that produces electrical energy. It is denoted by this. Two lines in parallel, one is a bigger line and the other the smaller line. And multiple cells are known as battery. Multiple cells are known as battery. Okay, multiple cells are known as battery. So, what is the basic use of cell? It converts chemical energy to electrical energy, or the smallest or the basic unit or a powerhouse which produces electrical energy. Any doubt till here? If battery pushes electron, what is actually inside the battery doing that? Battery does not pushes electrons. See, there is a chemical energy inside a cell, okay? And this chemical energy is converted into electrical energy by some mechanism. And this electrical energy is what? Flow of electrons from negative terminal to positive terminal, or flow of current from positive to negative, okay? Any doubt? It's just moving if electricity is just moving electrons, how can it also behave like a wave or transfer energy instantly? Why it is behaving like a wave? It is not behaving like a wave. It is moving from one terminal to another terminal. My voice is not coming. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. So any doubt till here? Like a basic recap. Moving equals to behaving only. No, ma'am, at least related to it. What? Moving or behaving? What? See, cell is what? It is the smallest or a basic device that converts chemical energy to electrical energy. Okay, it is converting. There is some mechanism inside the cell which is converting it into electrical energy. And how electrical energy is produced? When electrons move from negative terminal to positive terminal. See, negative charges are attracted towards the positive terminal. So it will, positive terminal will attract come. So electrons will move from negative to positive. When electrons are moving, current is flowing. Okay, when electrons are moving, current is flowing from positive to negative terminal, which produces electricity. Which produces electricity. Okay. Now, next thing is what? Types of cell. One of you have asked me, please explain primary and secondary cell. Okay, there are two types of cells, primary and secondary. Primary cells are those cells which cannot be charged again and again. Once used, gone. Okay, we can't use them again and again. And secondary cells are the cells which can be charged again and again. We can use it, it get discharged, we will again charge it, and we can use it again and again. Okay. So, primary cells are the cells that cannot be charged again and again, and secondary cells are the cells that can be charged again and again, and we can use it multiple times. Okay. Primary cells are voltaic cells or the cells we use in a house. This is how the cells are. Can you tell me which terminal is this? Is this positive or negative? Is this positive or negative? Positive, yes. And this is negative. This is positive and this is negative. Okay. The cells we are using in toys, the voltaic cells are primary cells. They can't be used again and again. When it got discharged, it got discharged. We can't charge them. Whereas secondary cells are the cells that can be charged again and again. Okay. Now, worksheet you guys have completed, huh? Worksheet 3 is done? Worksheet 3 is done, right? Ma'am, if wire carry current, why does it glow like a bulb? See, wire is, one second please. How you want wire to glow? Wire is covered by a plastic material, right? Electrons are moving, electricity is flowing, current is flowing. But there should be something like a device which glows, like a bulb or a tube light, something like that. How you want wire to glow? Wire is just the path through which electrons are moving. It is just like a tube from which water is flowing, and a tap which allows water to come down. That tap is known as bulb, or any devices which produces electricity. Okay. Now, basic of electric bulbs. Very basics you have already studied. A little recap. This is your electric bulb. This is the covering. Is this covering an insulator or a conductor? Can anyone tell me? Is this covering, the glass bulb is a conductor or insulator? It is an insulator. It is not a conductor. You will touch this glass. Do you get current? When I touch this glass, will I get a current? Yes, just a little recap. We are not reading it in detail. Just a recap before we start our worksheet 4, okay? Not, it's hot when touching, but we will not get current. Okay, so this glass is an insulator. This is a filament. This is a filament. It is made up of tungsten. It is made up of tungsten. Okay, what is the use of this tungsten? Why tungsten is used here? Please tell me why tungsten is used here. Glass is a conductor of heat but not of electricity. Okay, it has high melting point. So what is the use of this high melting point? What this high melting point tungsten will do? Tell me what this high melting point, high heating point, no. What this high melting point tungsten work is? Give me the answers. Tell me. What is the use of high melting point tungsten? It helps it glow when heated. Glow, give bright light. It keeps the bulb cool. No. No, it can resist. No. Not burn. It will not melt. See, when electrons are passing through it, it will glow. It is glowing, right? What is the work of tungsten here? To produce light. It is producing light. If it has low melting point, so while producing light, heat is generated. This heat will, what this heat will do? It will melt this tungsten wire. This tungsten wire will melt. So if it has low melting point, we can't use this, because if heat is produced, it will melt it. So the bulb will get damaged. So high melting point tungsten helps it prevent get heat up fast, or get it like it increases its melting point. So it does not melt easily. It does not melt easily. Okay. So this tungsten have high melting point, high melting point, which will protect it from melting, which will protect it from melting. What is its melting point? You search and tell me. You tell me what is the melting point of tungsten. Okay. Now this is a tungsten, and argon plus nitrogen is the gas which is filled in this glass bulb. Argon and nitrogen is filled in this glass bulb to protect it from the atmosphere, plus to protect tungsten, to protect heat reach outside. Since it is an inert gas, it protects the bulb. Okay, it offers resistance during extreme high temperature when it gets red hot. Yes. Now electrical circuits. Okay, there are two types of electrical circuits. What is electrical circuit? What is electrical circuit? 3422 Celsius. Good job. Now can you please tell me what is electrical circuit? Tell me what is electrical circuit? Yes, it's related to chemistry, and chemistry and physics work along each other. Okay? Ma'am, why? Because tungsten has high melting point, its weight is less. It is a path where the electricity pass. A combination of electrical components. One terminal. When a cell, switch and source of light work together, the path of electricity pass. Okay. Very nice. See, for anything to move from one point to another, it needs a path. Correct? It needs a path. In electricity, this path is provided by electrical circuit. This path is provided by electrical circuit. If electrical circuit has number of components along with it. Okay, number of components, electrical components. For example, a switch. This is what? A switch, a bulb, and so many other components along with it. It can have voltmeter, resistor, and ammeter, whatever the components we can place in it between this. Okay. So when current is passing from one end to other, that is from positive end to negative end, when current is flowing through a path from positive to negative end, then only your circuit is complete. Then only your circuit is complete. Otherwise, it is not complete, or the final output will be zero. That is, your current will not flow, your bulb will not glow, or your electrical component will not work. In your houses, you have air conditions, you have bulb, you have electricity, you have dryers. For everything, it needs electricity. Okay, it needs electricity. So when you just connect the plug without switching it on, does your electrical component work? Does your electrical component work? Does your AC work when you're not turning the switch? Tell me, give me the answers. No, 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 no. Why? 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 When the switch is off, the bulb should be off. Why? Why? It is an incomplete path, because the circuit is incomplete. Very good. See, you have not switched on your fan, you have not switched on your AC, you have not switched on your any device, okay, any device, whatever the device you have at your home. When we are not switching it on, that is, we are not closing it, we are not closing it, your circuit is incomplete, your circuit is incomplete. And incomplete current, for example, this is your battery, okay, this is your battery, this is your positive end, this is your negative current. Electrons are flowing. 1 minute please. See, very important, it's very important, okay. This is your battery, this is your negative end, this is your positive end, okay. Though this is not your battery, for example, if it is a battery, current electrons flow from negative end to positive end, correct? Electrons flow from negative end to positive end. So, what will be the path of your current? Your current should flow from positive to negative, opposite to electron, your current should flow from positive to negative. Now the switch is not on. So, our current, there is a path for current to flow, or if electrons can pass through a hole or something? No, it needs a path. So, if your switch is not on, there is no path for electrons to go. So, it will not reach the positive end. Electrons will not reach the positive end, and current will not reach the negative end. So, your bulb will not glow. Your bulb will not glow. So, any open circuit is known as open electric circuit, which does not allow your current to flow, which does not allow your bulb to glow. That circuit is known as open electric circuit. Any doubt? See, your current is not flowing. Whatever, if your switch is open, switch is open. Open means it is open. It is not closed. It is not closed. Okay. Switch is open, or your wire is break. Your wire is break. In that case, your circuit is incomplete and your current will not flow. That circuit is known as open electric circuit. Okay, any doubt? If electron flows from the battery, why doesn't the battery get empty immediately? So, electrons are moving and coming back to battery. It is moving and coming back. So, it is not that it's only electrons are going and going and going. It is coming back, but there is an amount of heat loss due to resistance, okay, which you will read in your further classes, not now. No ma'am, no doubt. Okay. Next is your closed circuit, okay. When there is a path for electrons to flow, or when there is a complete path from which current can flow, then that path is known as closed circuit. Electric closed circuit. See, here your switch is closed. Here your switch is closed. We have a closed switch. Electrons are moving from positive end to, electrons are moving from negative end to positive end, and your current is flowing from positive terminal to negative terminal. We are having a complete path, there is no breakage. So that circuit is known as closed electric circuit. Clear? What happens if switch is not there? So, like if switch is not there, again it is a open circuit. Remove this, there is no path for electrons to flow from this side. So your electron will not flow, your current will not flow, and your bulb will not glow. Okay. This is the very important. It is very important. This is your switch. Can you please tell me, is it an open switch or closed switch? Open switch or closed switch? Is this open or closed? Open switch. So what is the symbol for your closed switch? What is the symbol for your closed switch? This is your closed switch. Okay, your plug is on. Closed switch is what? Your plug is on. This is your cell. Combination of cell is known as battery. Combination of cells is known as battery. When positive is connected to negative, and this negative is again connected to positive, and this positive to negative. Okay, positive, negative, again positive, negative. So positive end is connected to a negative end, and negative end is connected further to a positive end. This is known as battery combination of what? Tell me, combination of cells. Very important. Good. Combination of cells is known as battery. This is your resistor. What is your resistor? What is resistor? What is resistor? Negative to positive, which one? See, both are correct. Current always flows from positive and negative, and current is a result of flow of electrons, which flows from negative to positive. What is resistor? But why like that? What? Give resistance. Yes, something which gives resistance to current. It regulates the flow of current. See, resistors are the resistors explain resistance. Now what is resistance? Resistance is the opposition, something which opposes the flow of current, the flow of electrons. Okay, resistors are what? Resistors are resistances or opposition to the flow of current or electrons. Okay. Now what topic is going to come for the quiz, ma'am? Whatever you have studied for the 3 weeks will be the result. Will be your syllabus. Okay. So this is your lamp. Lamp is what? Bulb or lamp. Bulb is like this. Voltmeter, ammeter, voltmeter is 1 minute, guys, there is some disturbance here. Voltmeter measures your voltage, okay? Ammeter measures your current, and variable resistor when the value of your resistance is changing. Now worksheet 4, very important. Whatever, 1 minute, let me please ask them to, sir, this
celebration.
आवाज आ रही है? Okay. See, resonance has created a history. Many of our students have secured very good percentiles in 99 plus percentiles in our JEE mains exam, and this celebration is because of that only. Our students are celebrating, teachers are celebrating. Now it's your turn to create a history in your future. Please work hard. Do something that we can celebrate with you. 99 percentile, air 1, air 194. Okay. So all the best for to you too also for securing some, like, for going to that level. All the best, guys. Okay. Which part of the bulb is an insulator? Tell me, tell me. A. Very good. See, P. P is your glass bulb. Glass bulb. Q is your empty space filled of gas, argon or nitrogen. ठीक है. R is your filament wire. R is your filament wire. And S is your metal holdings. So, which one is your insulator? That is A. Ma'am, if plastic stop, why doesn't stop completely in real life? Plastic is an insulator. It is not stopping. It is not allowing electrons to pass from it. It is not stopping electricity. It is not allowing electrons to pass from it. Okay, because of which we don't get current from plastic or wood. So A is your insulator. Ma'am, why is this S? A is your option P. Your glass bulb is an insulator. A glass bulb is an insulator. Okay, very nice. Next, in a simple series circuit, why does the bulb light when you close the switch? Why does the light bulb glows when you are switching off? When you are switching off, tell me. B. Don't tell me B. What is the reason? Explain it to me. Someone is saying C. It breaks the circuit. If it breaks the circuit, there will be a no path for electrons to flow. If it breaks the circuit, there will be no path. It completes the circuit. Yes, it completes the circuit. See, the switch produces electricity. Switch does not produce electricity. It closes and opens the path. What produces electricity? What produces electricity? Anyone? Cell. Nice. Cell produces electricity. Cell produces electricity. Okay. So this option is wrong. This option is wrong. Closing the switch completes the circuit. When we will, this is your switch. When we will close it, it will create a complete path. It will create a complete path for current to flow and electrons to flow. Then this option is your correct option. Closing the switch. If you are closing, are you breaking the circuit? No, you are closing the circuit. You are making the path complete. So this option is also wrong and none of these. No, your option B is correct. Any doubt? See, one of you have asked me a nice question. Jashwant, if electricity is flowing all the time in the circuit, why doesn't the battery last forever? It is not lasting forever because due to resistance, heat, there is a loss of heat. There is a loss of heat. And this loss of heat results in loss of few electrons. And eventually, electrons get lesser and lesser. Heat is like, see, what? There is a circuit, okay? There is a circuit. Electrons are flowing. Flowing, coming and going, coming and going, okay? No loss. But when there is a resistance in your circuit, this resistor, this is the sign of resistor, okay? This is a sign of resistor. Your current, your power get lost. There is some heat loss. Heat loss means some power is getting. So amount of electrons every time is getting decreased. So eventually a point will come when your cell will stop working, okay, will stop working, and this cell which stops working after a time and cannot be charged again. These cells are known as, the cell is known as primary cell. The cell is known as primary cell which cannot be charged again and again. Okay, one of you have asked me for the previous slide. This is the previous slide. Any doubt in this question? Any doubt in question number 1? Any doubt in question number 1? No, ma'am. Primary cell, nice. No, ma'am. Time up. Okay. No, no, no. All clear. Okay. There is not unlimited electricity in the world. We are using it. We are using our sources for producing this electricity. And one day your sources like coal, petrol will get finished. And then it would be hard for producing electricity. But now we have an alternate source like sun, wind, through which we can produce electricity. Okay. Okay. Next question. Done. Any doubt in next question? Any doubt in next question? No. Can I go to the next question then? Question number 3. Hydroelectricity is produced by flowing water. Flowing water. If you want to write the basic explanation. The switch does not produce electricity, cell produces electricity. Okay. Second, it completes the path, it's correct. Closing the switch completes the path. Okay, it does not break the path. Or opening the switch breaks the circuit. Opening the switch breaks the circuit. Battery is not adding anything, it is pushing electrons from negative end. Go to your positive end. Okay. Okay, next question. See, given below are the 4 circuits PQRS with different arrangement of identical batteries and identical lamps. The lamps are in all 4 circuits light up. Okay, circuit P, it has 1 battery and 1 bulb. Circuit Q, 2 batteries and 3 bulbs. Circuit R, 3 batteries, 1 bulb. And circuit S, 1 battery, 2 bulbs. Identify the correct arrangements of the lamps PQRS from the brightest to the dimmest. Okay, this is a nice question. B, I want to know how. Don't tell me B, but how? How? Why? Why? How can we like brightest and dimmest? How is the way to find that bulbs are the brightest or dimmest? Ma'am, till we have the class, till when we have one wire stop. Tell me why 1 1? More cells, more brightness. Very good. See, there is one ratio. Okay, there is a ratio. Number of batteries upon number of bulbs. Number of bulbs. If this ratio tells you the amount of brightness in the bulb. Okay, the number of batteries upon the number of bulb will tell you the amount of brightness. Okay, if this ratio is big, this ratio is greater, then your bulb is brighter. The bulb is brighter. If this ratio is less, then your bulb is dimmer. Okay, then your bulb is dimmer. For example, circuit P. You can write this. This is very important. Okay, this is very important. Circuit P. In circuit P, the ratio is 1 battery upon 1 bulb. For circuit P, this is 1 upon 1. That is equal to 1. Circuit Q, 2 batteries upon 3 bulb. So what is this 2 by 3? What is this? 2 by 3. What is this? 2 by 3. Ratio 2 by 3 is known as what? 0.66. Very good. 0.66 for R. It is 3 upon 1. Then 3 upon 1 is what? 3. Correct. For circuit S, it is 1 upon 2. 1 upon 2 is what? 0.5. Now among the four, which is the biggest ratio? 1 is greater, 0.6 is greater, R is greater, or 0.5 is greater? 0.5 is greater. 0.5 is the least. 0.5 is least. See, 3 is greater than 1, 1 is greater than 0.6, and 0.6 is greater than 0.5. So 1, 3 is for R, 1 is for P, 0.6 is for Q, and that is for S. So RPQS, RPQS, option B is your correct answer. Option B is your correct answer. Ma'am, if you are removing one, electricity just before. Moving one wire, stop the volume. Where was the electricity just before that? See, electricity is basically a flow of electrons. If you are removing one wire, electrons will stop at that point only. Na? It will move again, like they will be there only. So it is not getting any path to go from one end to another. There is no path. So there will be a no flow. Correct. If you are breaking the wire at that point, electricity will stop there only. Electrons will not flow further. Okay. Any doubt in this question? I didn't understand what. So constantly moving nowhere, what is getting cut? Did you get this question? Any doubt? Okay, next question. See, identify the circuit diagram in which the bulb lights up. In which the bulb lights up. Everyone has told the right answer. B. Why? See, here the switch is open. The switch is open. So there is no path. There is no path. It will stop here only. Current will not flow further. So this is your wrong answer. Bulb is there, cell is there, switch is there, and closed switch is there. So current is flowing and reaching the negative end. So complete path. So option B is your correct answer. Option C, two bulbs. But from where we are getting the electricity? Bulb don't generate electricity. Electricity is generated by cell. So there is no cell which is generating electricity. So option C is also wrong. Your bulb, your filament wire is broken. Broken filament wire. Okay. Broken filament wire. No complete path. Bulb is damaged. So option D is also wrong. Any doubt? Any doubt? Any doubt? See, electrons are what? Electricity is invisible. But we know that electrons are negatively charged particles. And negatively charged particles move from negative end because they are on the negative end. Okay, and are attracted by the positive end. And this attraction is produced by a cell. Okay, so electrons will definitely flow from negative to positive end. Okay. Question 3 once. You want to see question number 3? Any doubt? Please ask. Question number. You want me to explain question number 3 again? Question number 3 again. Okay. See, ratio of a battery in bulb tells you how much bright or dimmer it is. Okay, how much bright or dimmer it is. 1 ratio 1, that is 1. 2 ratio 3 is 2 ratio 3 is 0.6. 3 ratio 1 is 3 again, and 1 ratio 2 is 0.5. Arranging them in descending order: 3, 1, 0.6, 0.5. So 3 is the biggest one, so it is the brightest one. 0.5 is the minimum value, so it is the dimmer one. 3 is R, 1 is P, 0.6 is Q, 0.5 is S. So R is the brightest, then P, then Q, and S is the dimmest of all. Any doubt, please? Next question. Next question. This question. Any doubt in the question number 4? Question number 4. Okay, next question number 5. Question number 5. Everyone, question number 5. Question number 5. Option A. See, look at the two electrical circuits using material A and B as shown. What can you conclude from the circuits given below? Is this bulb glowing? Is this bulb glowing? No. This bulb is not glowing. Not glowing. Okay. This bulb is glowing. It is glowing. Glowing. So this is a material which is not passing electricity in a circuit, okay? It is stopping electricity here only. This current is stopped here only, or electrons are stopped here only. So anything which does not allow electricity to pass through it is known as insulator. Anything which does not allow electricity to pass through it is known as insulator. So this is insulator, okay? Electricity is passing. It is moving from positive end, bulb is glowing and coming back to negative end. So, any material which allows electricity to pass through it is known as conductor. Is known as conductor. So, B is conductor, B is conductor and A is insulator. So, option A is the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer. Okay? Any doubt? Any doubt in question number 5? Answer is A. Any doubt in question number 5? Can I go to the next question? Can I go to the next question if current is same everywhere? Please write it if you want to. Same everywhere and 7.9 will use energy without reducing the current. See, current is same. Current is not reduced. The power, heat is lost. Heat is lost. Okay, current is same across the circuit. But there is a loss of heat which further reduces the capacity of cell. Okay. Next question. Question number 6. Electric current flows from which terminal to which terminal? Option A is wrong. Option A is wrong. Electricity passes from positive to negative. Electricity current passes through positive to negative. Electron passes from negative to positive. Negative to positive, electron passes. And current I is current. Current passes from positive to negative. So option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. Okay. Any doubt? If you want to write it, please write it. Current passes from positive terminal to negative terminal, while electron moves from negative terminal to positive terminal because electrons are negative charged. So they are concentrated on the negative end. Negative end. and it gets attracted to the positive end. Okay, so electrons moves from negative to positive, and opposite to electron, current passes from positive to negative. Okay, next question. Can I go to next question? Identify the symbol of electrical components used in the construction of given electric circuit. Okay, tell me. Tell me. See, your X is cell. Okay. Your Y is open switch. Open switch. And your Z is bulb. Z bulb, three options. X cell, X cell, no option, but we can consider it as a battery. Okay. And your Y is open switch, only one option. So option C is the correct answer. Option C is the correct answer. Any doubt? 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 C. Can I go to the next question? Can I go to the next question? Okay. C. Which of the following is the correct method of setting a circuit? Tell me which of the following method is correct to set the option D. Option D, D, D. D. Why? Can anyone tell me why option D is the correct answer? Option D is the correct answer. Please tell me. Correct. Terminals are always connected from positive to negative end. See, this is your positive. We discussed that earlier. Positive end is connected to negative end. Correct. Okay. Positive, positive. So this option is wrong. Positive, positive. This option is wrong. Positive is connected to negative. So option A and D. Now look at the bulb. See, these are connected to the same terminal. So this option is also a wrong option. Here one end is connected to one end, that is the negative end is connected to the positive end. This positive end is connected here to the negative end. Okay. So positive is connected to negative, then this positive is connected to negative, and this positive is connected to this negative. So it is a complete circuit. It is a complete circuit. So option D is your correct answer. Option D is your correct answer. Reason behind positive end is connected to negative end of a battery. Second, in a bulb. In a bulb, this is your negative end, okay, positive end, and this here is your negative end. Okay, this positive end is connected to a negative end, and this negative end is connected to your positive end. This is how your circuit is completed. Any doubt? Any doubt? No, ma'am. Can I go to the next question? Can I go to the next question? Okay. Look at the given figure. It consists of a cell, a bulb with two terminals X and Y, and wires within P and Q, and S and R. The direction of flow of current. Direction of flow of current. Tell me. Tell me the direction of flow of current. See, don't look at the option. Current flows from positive end. Current will flow from S. It will go to R. It will go to R, then Q, and then to the negative end, P. So S, R, S, R, Q, P. S, R, Q, P. So option B is the correct answer. Option B is the correct answer. You were telling option D earlier. So option D is not correct. Okay. Option B is the correct answer. Next question. Last question. Study the circuit shown when switch is open, which will cause the light bulb to stop glowing. Give me the answers. A, that is P. P. Correct. C. There are Q, S, R and P. Four switches. Okay. If you are opening Q switch, a current will pass through this circuit. Correct. A current will pass through this circuit and will reach the negative end. Your bulb will glow. If you are opening this circuit, then also your current will pass and will reach the negative terminal. When you are opening this S, okay, you are opening this S. In that case, in that case, when you are opening your S, when you are opening your S, okay, your current will pass through this negative terminal and will come back to your negative terminal through this bigger path. So all these options are wrong. Q is wrong, S is wrong, R is wrong. Now P. Okay, when P is open, your current will stop here only. It will not pass further. It will not pass further. So option P is the correct answer. Option P is the correct answer. Any doubt from electricity? Any doubt from electricity? Any doubt, please? Or if there is only one cell. How is X better? Sorry, Shrikar, I can't get you. Syllabus is complete electricity and light chapter. Whatever has been taught to you. Any doubt? Okay, so we are concluding our class here only. Okay, we'll meet tomorrow with the light chapter recap and I'll ask you some questions. And if you have any doubt, like serious doubt, please ask me. Okay, thank you everyone.